Aloha kakahiaka and Joe-san. In Hawaii, all of our birds cheerfully greet us every morning with their songs. Good morning, good morning. This morning, I'm going to show you my favorite breakfast. Fried rice, eggs, spam, and Portuguese sausage. You may be familiar with a full English breakfast. Well, this is a full Hawaiian breakfast. The type of rice that we typically use in Hawaii is calrose rice. This kind of rice is usually used for sushi, and it is softer and wetter than, say, basmati or long grain white rice. So the rice needs to sit in the fridge to dry out and harden up a little before it's good for fried rice, which is perfect for breakfast because you can just use up the old leftover rice from the previous night's dinners. So, first things first, gotta get up, go out to the yard, and pick some fresh green onions or scallions. We'll just let Luca have that one to play with. Now, I'm making fried rice, so you just know that this video is going to turn into total Uncle Roger bait. But that's fine, because this fried rice is going to be so ono, so totally broke the mouth, even he will say, Fuyo! What makes this fried rice so good? Well, it's actually my father-in-law's fried rice. To start with, his thought was, why fry your rice in butter or oil or anything else when you can use straight up bacon fat? Bacon fat just elevates everything it's included in. We only need about 6 strips. We'll chop them up small and fry them well to give our rice little bits of crunchy flavor bombs. If you aren't familiar with how to open a can of Spam as we are in the islands, the trick is to squeeze the can until you hear that pop that breaks the vacuum seal. Then flip it over and give it a good whack and it'll slide right out. I once read an article from a fancy mainland website talking about using a blade or whatever to try to pry it out. Amateurs. We're gonna slice half the can of Spam for our side and then dice the other half small for our fried rice. Now, this is local style fried rice, not Chinese style fried rice, like Yangjiao炒饭. But fried rice just isn't fried rice without some cheong, or Chinese sausage, in it. It's just such a classic flavor. Typically, we wouldn't use both cheong and Portuguese sausage, or linguica. Normally, it would be one or the other. But for you, I'm going to make this a deluxe version and use both. With bacon, Spam, cheong, and Portuguese sausage, this is going to be a total meat lover's fried rice. For the rest of the ingredients, we'll need about 4 eggs for the fried rice, plus however many eggs you want for breakfast, some frozen peas, and a bit of Hawaiian or oyster sauce. First, we'll fry up some bacon on relatively high heat. No oil or anything needed. The bacon will provide all of that for us. When the bacon doesn't look raw anymore, add in the Spam. It just wouldn't be Hawaiian-style fried rice without some Spam. After all, Hawaii consumes more Spam than any other US state. After the Spam gets crisped up from that Maillard reaction, you can add in the lapchang and the Portuguese sausage, which will add its own oil and spices. So my father-in-law was from the Ward Cleaver generation, where men didn't cook. That was a woman's job. But he did cook two things, and this fried rice was one of them. He actually had a thick pot that was dedicated solely for making this fried rice. Typically with Chinese fried rice, you would put in the rice first and then crack the raw egg over it. That way, the egg will coat each grain of rice and give it an eggy flavor. But my father-in-law would fry the egg first, giving larger bits of crispy egg to contrast the rice. Now add in the rice. You're going to be stirring often so that it doesn't burn, but also you want to break up any more of those remaining chunks. You also don't want to over fry it here or the rice will just get mushy. Bacon, Spam, lapchang, and Portuguese sausage are all pretty flavorful enough already, so you don't really need to add much other seasoning. Just a dash of haoyao will kick everything up a notch. When the rice is almost ready, add in your frozen peas. The peas will give the rice some color and some pop in the texture. You don't want to cook them too long though, or they'll get mushy. Just a minute or two to defrost them is enough. Finally, turn off the heat and add in your green onions. The residual heat will cook them just enough for them to release their aroma. Now onto our sides. First, we'll fry up those Spam slices. Again, using my father-in-law's logic, the Spam will provide its own flavorful oil, so we'll fry them first. You just need to fry them on medium heat for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side to get that crispy outside. Hawaii was a war zone for all of World War II, so we had to learn how to cook with rationed ingredients like Spam, and we learned how to adopt it so well, it became ingrained in our food culture. Now, using the oil from the Spam, we'll fry our eggs. Just crack the eggs in the pan, trying to keep them neat. First, fry them covered for 1 minute so that the top side will set. Then, fry them uncovered for a minute to get that perfect texture. Finally, we're going to fry up some medallions of the remaining Portuguese sausage, like we did the Spam, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We're going to serve this up the way they used to plate it at the old Columbia Inn or Like Like Drive-In. I'm still sad those classic old diners have closed up, but their legacy lives on in dishes like this. Sometimes you would serve this with some fresh pineapple slices, but I'm going to serve it with some Kim Chee on the side. The tartness and zing of the Kim Chee is exactly what we want to cut through the rich fattiness of all those other meats. It'll be a perfect balance. And that, my friends, is my favorite local breakfast, a full Hawaiian breakfast. What you think, Uncle Roger? You like come my house? I cook for you. You come my house, you eat fried rice. That's the Hawaiian way. You come my house, you eat some spam. That's the Hawaiian way. Until next time, Joy Kim and a hui ho.